All right, welcome back again today. We're going to be checking out some air helper springs for a 2020 Ram 2500. And I got this kit here sent to me from a company called Vigor Air Ride. I hope I pronounced it right. But anywho, they reached out to me to check out their kit. We're going to just kind of get right into getting everything out of the box, and I'll start assembling the springs themselves and getting them ready to go on the truck. So let's jump right into it. All right, so I'm going to give you just a quick breakdown of everything here. We're not going to spend much time on it, but first you got instructions. I just opened it up to the actual diagram of everything. So just a quick overview. This is what I'm looking to assemble right now. And then these plates here, that's the top one for the top of the frame. This is what goes around the axle. This is the bottom plate. That'll be part of that assembly. And this will essentially sit where the bracket, it's the bump stop bracket on the axle. So this is a good reference. This is pretty much what you need. So we're going to put that there. So you can see we got our air springs here. This is how it came to me with the air fitting in here. These are your top and bottom plates. Top, they go on the bottom as well. And some of these, they come, different kits come with different styles, like powder coated and stainless and whatnot. And these ones, I believe, are stainless. So we got that. That's our hardware bag there. We got stainless braided air hoses, and if we wanted to, we could use the nylon. You actually have a choice here. In this kit specifically, they provide all the fittings. So if you wanted to use the nylon ones, which are the push locks here, you could do that. But we're going to be doing the stainless anyways. And then, of course, we got our long carriage bolts, which help bolt everything up to the truck itself. And that's really about it, minus your brackets here, axle brackets, bottom brackets, top brackets, or top plates. And that's it. Okay, so I just want to show you real quick. These are the two upper plates. Eventually, they get sandwiched together, and then they're bolted there, and then actually this side here gets bolted up in there too. But for now, we only need this one. This is the one that goes on the spring itself. So there's our air spring. Our fitting is already in place. Like I said, this is how I got it. I verified tightness, and it looks like it does have some type of thread sealing on it, so we should be good. Then we want to grab one of these, goes on like that. And then this will go on, so the air fitting goes through here, and then you're gonna have your two mounting screws that'll go down through that and to those holes there. And in the kit, they call them button head screws. You're gonna take your shortest button head screws. Those are your upper mounting screws for the upper plate to the air spring. This short carriage bolt, you actually want to get this one in first because how close it is to the upper spring cup. You won't be able to get it in once that top plate is fastened. So, got that in there now. It's not going anywhere. Okay, so there's your upper spring plate. Got that bolt in. All good to go. So now we can do the bottom one. Take your bottom spring plate. You can pretty much see how that's going to go. And then we got a bolt and big washer and stuff to put on. The washer will go on the bottom like this. Big, they say 3/8 thick washer. It's more like 1/4 inch, but that's okay. Take one of these, just a regular 3/8 washer, and you'll have a little 3/8 bolt here. So keep in mind, this is the bottom. Tabs are going to be facing down. So we'll get this all tightened up next. Okay, so we got our thick washer on the bottom with the nut, small washer and the bolt head up top there. And now this will go on to the bottom plate. Except for, they tell you in the directions, make sure this side here with the big washer will be directly below, I'll show you here, the plate, this bolt hole here. So that's kind of how you line it up. You got that square hole here, and the bolt and washer will be right there. But before we secure it to the bottom plate, we got to grab our carriage bolts and put those in. There we go. Next, we got these, they call them flathead screws. So they're just countersunk, so they're flush when they're all mounted up. Clearly I don't have the correct socket for it, but that is a 7/32 hex key. Okay, that's it. That is your spring assembly for the passenger side. It's your bottom plate, top plate, the air fitting. There we go. So I had already gone ahead and assembled the driver's side. Oh. Okay. It is the next day and we now have the truck here, prepped, ready to go. So we got to get it put up on jack stands like so. Have the jack underneath the axle because we do have to manipulate it up or down depending on what, get the bag in there. Got the wheels off, and unlike everything else I touched, this truck is extremely clean, so I don't expect too many problems getting some parts off, which is just these bump stops. So we're gonna get these bump stops off, and then from there we can bolt up our spring top plate, and then after that it'll be just bringing in the spring assemblies themselves to sit on here and get everything bolted up. Okay, one bolt. Okay, listen, real quick. I kind of messed up when I was recording this. So I missed the part of me actually putting the bag assembly on the axle and kind of showing you how to fit it in there, which it's not difficult at all. I will show a clip of after the fact, and it'll show you how it's situated on top of the axle. But before I get to that, there's actually 2 pictures I'll show too. It'll show the top plate and how it's screwed up to the existing mounting location. But when you go to put the airbag in, you put the airbag on the axle and it just sits right on that pad on the axle for the bump stop. The carriage bolt that is on the front side of the axle it will go between the shock mount and the trailing arms mount. It'll go right between there. And for the rear carriage bolt, it goes on the inside of the holder for the rubber brake hose, and it also goes on the inside of the brake line that meets that. You'll see once I show you the clip of me doing an overview of everything sitting in there, but I just wanted to kind of let you know since I messed up filming the initial install of that. So back to it. All right, do a quick little overview of how they should look. Just like that. Sorry. That. Try to make those nice and even. Alrighty. Alright, this specific spot here, they say to use a crow's foot adapter if you have it. I don't, so it just takes a little bit longer with a normal wrench. Not a big deal. But it would make it go a lot quicker, because you only get about a quarter of a turn at a time. But you can still get it done with a regular wrench. So I tightened it most of the way using ratchet end and left just enough slop in it so I could pull the wrench off the top. That way I didn't have to do the whole thing like this. Now we're just going to snug it up and should be good to go. So that's good. And that's it. Our top plate is all done, all mounted. And then we can move down to the bottom and put our clamp bracket on down there and get that secured. All right, so we're going to kind of peek under. Put it right here. There we go. Now we can throw this stuff on. One side on there, that side there. The washer. So that's pretty much that. All we gotta do is just tighten all this stuff up so it clamps it to the bottom of the axle. There's a little snug. And then come back. Directions say to torque these to 30 foot-pounds. So double check that. Make sure your bolts are nice and straight. You don't want them crooked. And other than that, that's it for the bottom. Alright, here we get a look at the line already plumbed here. So we just kind of ran it up over the frame rail on the inside of the frame rail, and it actually comes through a hole here for the sway bar mount. Then the other side, we kept it away from the exhaust, did about the same thing, and ran it through a hole coming out of the frame. And then this is just a look at the clearance we have with everything and just the overall finished product. Everything looks very good. Fitment was excellent. And here we are just looking at how the truck sits right now. The truck itself normally doesn't have quite that much of a rake. So we got 30 PSI in the airbags to test for leaks and just kind of see how it would look. Okay, so just got done wrapping that all up. I got to clean up this mess. Not that mess, just this mess. But yeah, we got that all done. Definitely picked the truck up a lot more in the back with the 30 PSI for our test run. And, you know, I'm going to talk to my buddy about it later on, tomorrow, whatever, see how that ride went home. And then eventually we'll do an update with the camper on the back and before and after with air in the bags, and then, you know, with the air out of the bags and so on. But overall, I thought this was a pretty great product. It was very easy to install. Everything went right in, and there was no fitment issues at all. I'll try to do a follow-up video in the future. And so again, I want to thank Vigor Air for sending me the air spring helper kit for this truck. And I will provide a link in the description. It's I believe 15% off. But yeah, go check them out. It's vigorairride.com. And again, I'll put a link in the description. And then other than that, that's going to wrap up the video here. Thanks for tagging along. Please hit the like and subscribe button for more videos like this in the future. And thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one as always.